One Liberia, we stand as one. From the rising moon to the morning sun. No division, no more pain. Together we rise, we build again. One love, one peace, hear the call. If one man fall, then we all fall. Hand in hand, we take our stand for Mama Liberia, our land. Liberian stand, this our home. No more waiting, we must own. The future calling loud and clear. Fix our country, start right here. This glorious land of liberty belongs to you, belongs to me. We won't surrender, we won't break. For Liberia's sake, we awake in joy and gladness, hearts aligned. No tribe, no hate, just one mind. We shout for freedom, proud and loud. Lift Liberia, make her proud. One Liberia, we stand as one. From the rising moon to the morning sun. No division, no more pain. Together we rise, we build again. One love, one peace, hear the call. If one man fall, then we all fall. Hand in hand, we take our stand for Mama Liberia, our land. From Lofa Hills to Maryland shore, we are one forevermore. All tribes united, county strong. Different voices, one same song. No selling votes, no cheap reward. We choose the truth, we choose the Lord. A better future we demand. With clean hearts we take a stand. We are our brother's keeper. Stronger when we stand together. No more fighting, no more fear. Peace and love will lead us there. Long live Liberia, hear the cry. We lift her name forever high. One Liberia, we stand as one. Shining brighter than the sun. Side by side, we'll never fall. United, we conquer all. One love, one peace. This our plea. Build a land for all to see. Hand in hand, we take our stand. God bless Liberia, our land.
Tucson, good morning.
Good morning, General, and welcome to the platform.
Okay, just let me just do something quick here. I'm trying to send a link to somebody and just play
Okay.
quick music.
All right.
Or just be talking, introduce yourself.
All right, folks. Welcome to another edition of the program, The Independent Minds for a Better Liberia, with the host, Monikishan, CKA, the general based in the USA. Okay, in case you just tuned in, let me say pleasant welcome for those of you driving out there, riding out there, drive with care, ride with care, because the life you save today might be yours or someone precious to you out there. Today is Saturday, the 13th of June 2026. So for those of you celebrating your day out there, I want to take this time to say a blessed one to you. Independent Minds is a program. You can be for any other party, but the fact is that you should not have that independent mind to make a decision by yourself. Self-made decision. That's what independent mind stands for. We don't want to know whether you're from party blue, party green, party yellow. The fact is that you should learn to make decision by yourself. You can be for CDC and then have an independent mind. You can be for ANC, have an independent mind. You can be for Unity Party and then have an independent mind. So whilst waiting for the host out there in the USA, Monique, the general.
Okay.
So
Good morning. And I'm live, eh?
yeah, live, loud and clear.
Okay, good morning. And to those of you who are watching us by Facebook and radio, I want to say good morning to you. This is Munel Kishen, aka the General. all the way from the United States. Don't mind other things. United States, United States. There's nothing extra about United States. But this I consider as a week in review. There are a lot of things been going on. And for those of you who have been making the calls, I want to say thank you very much. Those of you who are participating, who following us, I want to say thank you. The Independent Mind is the name of the show, Independent Mind. But we all have independent mind, whether I'm from ANC, Unity Party, and CDC, CMC, Liberty Party, you have an independent mind. So that is why the show is called Independent Mind. You are an independent thinker. Nobody tells you what to say. You speak for yourself and you speak for your country. Look, guys, Liberia is the only country that we have. And Liberia is the only country, no matter what happens, you will never ever be deported from. They will never deport you from Liberia because you are a Liberian. If we sit back, the future of Liberia is in our hands. It's not in the hands of politicians. Don't let no one fool you. Politicians cannot decide for you and myself. We gave them the job. We elected them. We are the one that stands in the ring and spend 8 hours just to vote. And I bet you, we usually see the candidates voting. Most of the guys in government today, you saw them voting? No. Some of them don't vote. Most of them, they don't vote. I'll be honest with you, I know someone who lived in Liberia today, working in this government, but never cast a vote. They were in Liberia and they knew that UP were going to win. They told me, I'm wasting my time. I'm serious. And this person today have a job. Every time I bring it out, he can say, my man, I beg you, please. Just, but that is not fair to you, the ordinary Liberians. You take your time, you cast your vote, and nothing in there for you. Everything there is for government. Why? Why, Liberians? That's why we have government for to protect us, to protect every citizens, no matter what happens, and to make sure that our citizens live in a peaceful place that no one that like in another country. We just saw the few days, they said they arrested drugs. The last government, they arrested $100,000 worth of drugs. We saw them burning it, but we never saw the people who brought it in the country. This time again, $20 million. $20 million. The last one was $100 million. It was a transit. Like I don't think they can sell such a drugs in Liberia for that amount because Liberia, how many person really own drugs in Liberia? Okay, but where are the people? We say we want a drugs-free Liberia. We want a drugs-free Liberia. We go into the ghetto. The other day, we saw on radio where they went to one of the musician house and they disgraced him because he had weed. And they had him all on Facebook. But today they are protecting. They are protecting. Oh man.
Time for the people to talk.
Okay, thank you, Susan. Thank you, thank you. I'm sorry, guys. Today is Saturday, and everybody want to talk, and that's it. So, guys, this is not fair to the people of Liberia. We listened to the press conference, and a lot of people are disappointed in the DEA. I myself, I was praising the DEA. I said, "Oh, the DEA is doing good, good." But why? Are we trying to shield? Are we trying to hide certain group of people to make it look as if they are more important than other people? Justice in Liberia is just for few or not for all. Eh? So this is why we got to be very careful. Eh? So someone sent me something. Today is week in review. I will open the lines. You have enough time. Although tools don't try to deprive me of my rights today, but we'll talk that later on. He kept me in the background and not to bring me on. And there's something written by a good friend of mine and called Emmanuel Yato. I'm sure you've heard his name, Emmanuel Yato. He's not a strange name when it comes to Liberia. He contested in Riverside, and I will tell you personally, I like this guy. This guy, he reminds me of, when you're in a community where you got the older people with a lot of wisdom, that he will listen to you, but when he open his mouth to speak, you ask yourself, but where the guy coming from? You think, oh, the man living in America. No, not the point. But this guy, he's from Liberia. He speaks the Bassa. He's from Riverside. He wrote something here. He said, people do not follow titles. They follow vision. A true leader must first see the future before asking others to join him. The leader must see the future, and it's clear, eh? A true leader must see the future. You can't just say, join me. Join me on what? Join me on what? So he said, we should see the future, or leaders should see the future with him. Without vision, there is no confusion. No, without vision, there is confusion. Because if you don't have vision, you have confusion. You know, it's getting to me now. Let me get my glasses. I'm reading from somewhere. Okay. He said, without planning, there are excuses. I'm sorry. Without planning, there are excuses. Because if you don't plan, at the end of the day, you will give excuses. You will give, oh, that George we are, oh, that Mr. Cummings, oh, they're the one fight the same thing CDC to do. Because if you don't plan, that's what happened. Without planning, there are excuses. Excuses are the language of those who have failed to think ahead and prepare for tomorrow. He is right. The people who complain, they give all kinds of excuses. Oh, that because of the war. At the end of the day, when they give it to you, you nothing because you said you complain too much without doing nothing. Nation rise when leaders create opportunities, inspire hope, and build institutions that outlive them. We can't continue to remain in the past. Listen, let me go back again. Nations rise when leaders create opportunities, inspire hope, and build institutions that outlive them. You're not just going to build a house because you think you don't have a child. So I will build one bedroom. At the end of the day, you go get 3 children. Then you say, oh, you stuck. That is why leaders should be the one to expand and say, listen, in the next 5 years, this is how Liberia will look like. Do we have that leader? No. Nobody has taken over Liberia to be smart enough. In this time, we're not supposed to be talking about rules. 20 years, no. Leaders rise. Okay, let me go to the next verse. Sadly, Liberia continues to suffer because leadership has too often been reduced to occupying positions and collecting paychecks. I'm reading like this because my glasses and I'm reading from my phone. So, and I'm not using my laptop. I'm in a different state today. I'm in Delaware. So I'm not using my laptop. So you see, when you get 2 eyes, that's what happens. But let me go back. I love what he just said. Sadly, Liberia continues to suffer because leadership has too often been reduced to occupying positions and collecting paychecks. We have too many men and women seeking jobs for themselves and too few leaders creating jobs and opportunity for others. He's right. Most of them in Liberia is about receiving paycheck. It's about the positions. When you give it to them, they're done. And guess what? Some of them will be brave enough to come to you and complain. Oh, since I've been working with the government, they didn't pass the budget and nothing happening. But you're taking pay. You're getting your full salary. They quit the job. Quit the job. Quit. Why will you sit there and collect money, doing nothing, and then you stay complaining? Quit the job, my people. If you show the government is not doing nothing, leave. Government job is not for you. It's not for one person. Leadership is not about personal comfort. It is about national transformation. A leader's responsibility is to unite the people, develop a clear vision, and provide a path towards prosperity. When leadership lacks purpose, when leadership lacks purpose, and direction, progress becomes impossible. And every day becomes a setback towards what? Rather than forward, or step backward. Every time. Let me go back there again. And they said, let me go back. Let me read the whole thing over again. I'm sorry. Leadership is not about personal comfort. It is about national transformation. A leader's responsibility is to unite the people, develop a clear vision, and provide a path towards prosperity. When, when leadership lacks purpose and direction, progress becomes impossible, and every day becomes a step backward rather than forward. When the leaders don't have vision, when the leaders lack vision, the country will just remain to the same place. At the end of the day, nothing, we're not going nowhere. That's why the Bible says, when the leader lacks vision, the nation perish. That's what we will Libera today. We're stuck into a cycle. How can we get out? That is the question. How can we get out of it? Who do we have anyone that can get us out? But the good ones, the few good ones we have, the so-called politicians are fighting them. They will not bring them to power. They will fight them every day because that war, honesty, is what they don't have and other people have it. The man that wrote this thing, he was the campaign manager for Daros Dillon. What happened today? Daros Dillon don't speak to him. Daros don't even call his name. But this man raised money, brought people in, and in fact, he one of those who brought me in. So today, what happened? Oh, Imaya Yato, Imaya Yato. But look what he wrote here. That's how leadership right there. So let's go back to the next one. No nation can advance without visionary leadership. The future of Liberia will not be secured by excuses, empty promises, or the pursuit of personal gain. It will be secured by leaders who are willing to dream, plan, sacrifice, and create opportunities for generations. That is where other guys who parading today, they all have it. We're not talking about people who gain wealth by suppressing you. We're talking about someone who understands what to do. He might not be like you. He might not talk like me. He don't have a big mouth, but just what Yato put in your hand, it fits my candidate. And if I gave this to you and say, read it, you will start to feel bad about yourself because you say, oh, I think Yato talking to me. But what Yato is saying here is favor me, the man that I'm supporting. But he's not in the party of CDC. He's not with UP because in Liberia we vote on based on what sentiment, on emotion. I piss off with you, so I will vote against you. We don't open our minds. We don't open our ears. We don't look. We don't think anymore. We follow parties. That's all. We all the muya, all the things that we go after. Let's go to the next page here. And I love, oh man, I will read this thing again. In fact, I will have it on Sunday. For where there is no vision, the people perish. But where there is vision, purpose, and responsible leadership, the people prosper. Yeah. And someone wrote this to him again and said, Dear Mr. Tool, congratulations on the approval of, oh, okay, this is a letter I think I show it came from. It said, Dear Mr. Tool, congratulations on the approval of the United Way Summer Discovery annual program and the successful recruitment of 325 students. This is a letter sent to Mr. Yato by, let me see the name first before I read it, by Councilwoman Renata Miller, Detroit City Council District 5, writing to Yato. I saw this thing here and I decided to read it because There are other Liberians who are doing good in America, but some of them are afraid to come to Liberia because of the way we treat them. So this letter came from the council lady. She said, "Dear Mr. Yato, congratulations on the approval of the United Way Summer Discovery Program and the successful recruitment of 325 students, exceeding your enrollment goal is an outstanding accomplishment and speaks to the confidence families have in the work begins done at the Consider Line Life Center. That's where they have the program. Don't mind me, I'm very sorry, my glasses, and I'm reading from a small print. I would also like to congratulate you on advancing to the second round of the NCAA Legacy Grant Competition, being selected as one of only three centers to move forward in an incredible achievement and a testament to the importance of Consider Line and its impact on generation of Detroit. You see, this guy, he's a Liberian. He loves his country, but at the same time, he loves his community. So I call him, he's a community organizer. He lived in a community where he worked with everyone in the community. He worked with councilmen, he worked with his senators. This guy know a lot of people. They call him Emmanuel Yato. Don't joke with him. And there are other Liberians. You go to Atlanta today, you see Yasini there. You go to Minnesota, you will see other people, even Will Russell, who one of the councilmen are Liberian. The Liberians are doing good in America. Someone asked me the same question, say, but Moni, why can you contest in your district? No, I don't want to do nothing with American business. I'm a Liberian, and that's it. And as someone who has experienced consider line as a child, as a niece, and later as a parent, this news is especially meaningful to me. I also remember the years when the center sat closed and underutilized because of that history. It is exciting to witness re- renewed investment, expanded programming, and new opportunities being brought back to this treasure institution. Seeing Consider Land once again serving hundreds of young people and families is truly inspiring. Thank you for your leadership and commitment to the young people and families we serve. I look forward to hearing more about both initiatives at the upcoming board meeting. Please know that I will continue to keep you, your staff, and these efforts in my prayers. I am believing that God will continue to open doors and that your prayer regarding the NCAA legacy grant will be answered. The Consider Line Life Center has touched countless lives over the years, and I am hopeful that its greatest days are still ahead. Congratulations again on this exciting milestone, and thank you for your dedication in preserving and strengthening the legacy of the Consider Land Center. Respectfully yours, Councilwoman Renata Miller, Detroit City Council District 5. Yeah. So there's a summer camp that Yato is and taking on in Detroit. Actually, the program, and I see the flyer here, is June 22nd to July 24th. So it starts on the 22nd to July 4th. So So, ladies and gentlemen, and today is Saturday again. This is the general. I will open the phone line and I want to see if I can bring Emmanuel Yato on. If I can get him on, I will appreciate it. And I see, yeah, Granger and Top FM is on. Okay, Top FM, yeah, is on there. Okay, okay. And who's in the studio of Top FM then?
And I say Kukuruma.
I can't see my man. I'm using my telephone. I like him and
Okay.
say to that intimately. Yeah, so it was giving me hard time. Yeah. Okay, so just put yourself on mute. I can hear you loud. Yeah. Okay, so guys, I want to bring Emmanuel Yato on, and I like this guy because I'll be honest with you. His style of politics is totally different. Yeah, his style of politics. I love the way. So I'm sorry, guys. You'll just wait for us today. You're not worried. You're not worried. We got a lot of things here to do. And okay. Again, when Yato join me, I will bring him on. So we hear all this thing going on in Liberia. But sometimes I ask myself, why are we blaming the politicians? Why? Because you are the one voting for them. You gave them the power. Today I see they arresting people, they firing people, they remove Yeke Koluba. I think Edwin Snow will be coming down. And once you can work in government and express yourself, especially if you're elected officials. But listen, if you're in government, they say you work to the will and pleasure of the president. So sometimes don't worry about it when they fire you because you express yourself. They will fire you if you express yourself. Yes. But you cannot go after an elected official because they express themselves. Because this man was elected by people. Now, you recall Edwin Snow, or what are they going to recall him from ECOWAS because he said something. He's not supporting the party. He's not supporting. But you see, it shouldn't be strange to us. From the day the speaker took office, he said, I am a regime speaker. So whatever benefits the regime is what I'm going to do. He made it clear. So let us not cry about it. Let us just be civil. And but one thing I would say, my advice here to people, government job is not permanent job. Remember, Mr. Bwagawa is the 26th president of Liberia. So imagine how long we've been having elections and leadership. Leaders have come and gone, different positions. Last 6 years, there were people in power. Now there are no more. And these other groups are enjoying themselves. Tomorrow there will be no more. And to them, they think they will remain in power until God take them. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. But nothing has changed. And something that came my mind again, came through my mind this weekend and this weekend, when I saw the government of Liberia responding to a pastor or a prophet or whatsoever he can call himself in Nigeria. He's the friend of the former president. So such a statement, even if there was a prophecy, I don't think the government should waste their time, precious time, to write the Nigerian government or even write UN. You just make this pastor famous. This man, he's a friend of the former president, Weah. So what do you expect? He wants to see President Weah back in power. But I love my God. I know his prophecy, it just follows, he's speaking from sentiment. He's speaking from our emotions. They say, oh man, Joshua got to come back to power. That's my friend. But that's not how that's not what God told him. That's not what God said. He needs to start telling people in Nigeria what is going on in Nigeria. But I don't have problem with him saying no. Let me be honest with you. The only thing that made me mad why the government of Liberia or even the foreign minister will even allow the president. So why are they advancing? Why waste your time? This same president told us when you're walking down the road and you see dogs barking at you, if you try to throw rock to all the dogs, you will not reach your destination. And that is a parable. I'm not mad at what the president said. I'll be honest with you. It's a parable. And that parable by Ben said so many times. Someone told me the same thing. But we just use the word dog. But why is the president throwing stone at this pastor? Or who advised the president to do such? Mr. President, our country is bleeding. Our people are suffering. Our people are struggling to make ends meet. Our mothers and fathers, they're spending 90% of their time just to feed their kids. Not to even send them to school, but just to feed them. Mr. President, I know you're not going after some of us because we speak the truth too. We're not insulting anyone, but what is the democracy that we talk about? Liberia is a non-permanent member of the Security Council. That's our problem. They gave you that position. And now we're treating our own people in our own country that we cannot speak the truth anymore. Member of the we are non-permanent member. That means 2 years we're there for peace, to make sure that peace is around the world. But in our own country, we're going after people because they're speaking the truth, because they're saying things that you don't want to hear, but you are doing things that they themselves not enjoying. And this is not fair to the people, your voters. Your own people are complaining, Mr. President. I don't know people who surround the president, what is going on? Eh? They are the president's eyes and ears, but now, look, my people, all we need to do, we got to stand strong. We got to stand strong. UP, they will do whatsoever. They will go after us. They will go after opposition. They will go after their own people. It's the truth. If we don't stand as people, if they will kill everyone, listen, someone say, oh yeah, you're in America, now you're talking nonsense. Not because I'm in America. And I'm coming to Liberia. Liberia is my home. I will go there any day, anytime. If you arrest me, there's a morale unless you kill me. If you arrest me at the airport, that means another promotion. Unless just shoot my head or carry someone and just kill me. But remember, you kill someone, remember now, you have families, you have other people, and these are the people that are afraid to die. So I will still come to Liberia. I will go through the port. You want to arrest me? You want to say, oh, now you don't want to run your mouth on Facebook and also go ahead. But remember what goes around comes around. What goes around comes around. You will be in the same community. You're not a god. You're not a ruler. You say you're going to change the lives of the Liberian people. Where are the schools? We came in, we talked about roads, we talked about roads. We ain't seen nothing yet about roads. We ain't seen nothing. Still doing the same old patching. We are still patching the same trouser and doing nothing. And we patching the trouser, doing nothing, but we complain, oh yes, this is what happening. This is what going on. Okay, Maya, how are you, man?
Good morning. How are you?
Thank you very much, man. I just was reading a piece on you and with your summer program, and also I just told the people of Liberia the kind of man you are, and when it comes to Liberia, you love your country. And I saw what you did during the election again. You were concerned about your people. It was not about the vote, but the people chose not to even go ahead. They considered short term. because we saw your opponent spending the little money he had at the time to overpower you. So, welcome to the Independent Minds. How are you this morning?
I'm doing pretty good. Getting ready to open up our camp next week. We're serving about, we're supposed to serve 306. We are over 325. And folks are calling, but we have to stop because it's kind of hard to serve ninth and 10th grade. That's the most critical age group.
And these
But
are all Liberians.
no, no, no. I think I
Man,
may have about four Liberians in there. You have to be in ninth grade or 10th grade. No, it's city of Detroit and the metro area.
okay, all right. So, yeah, so you've been playing a big role in your era. I call you the community organizer. You with the Americans, you were Liberian, and at the same time, you're concerned about your people. How you do it, how you manage, and how your family. Because sometimes we hear your wife in the background. They say when you see the man doing this thing, I mean, you know his wife is somebody standing behind him. So how you manage all these things, man?
Well, I was fortunate to have married a community woman herself. Sometimes I think she worked for the Liberian community more than I do. The other day, I left the meeting and I was wondering. So I practically initiated the acquisition of the Liberian Community Center you have today in Detroit. That was the first center. Um, I don't like to blow my horn, but what I mean, that center would have never existed. What I've believed since I was a kid in Rivers is that leaders are the people who their vision is clear cut and they find people who surround them that will share into that vision. The problem we have in Liberia is that our tradition does not allow our leaders to put the people first. Most or all of our leaders since J.J. Rawa has never taught to say, I want to leave a legacy. So I have two types of legacy: legacy creation and legacy preservation. That means that when you do something, after you die, it will live on into
Live on.
generations. And when I look at Liberia, and I look at Liberia in this current position, when you have a leader who, let's give an example, Foya. Will anybody want to live in Foya? That means you have running water, you have lights, you have school. A town is not a town until it has police protection, it has schools, and it has shopping. Everything else we can do by ourselves. When a leader would take $10 million to build a personal compound that after he dies, nobody will ever go to. Tobo did it. Go to Tobo Farm today. I think you'll find everything that's good, right?
The forest.
No.
Yeah.
Go to Dole Farm. Let's go to Tubman Farm. I always tell Liberians that Tubman did two things. One, he built a Tubman High School and he built a Tubman Farm. Show me which one exists today. The high school existed because it was built for the people. All our big men, no matter how much money they acquired, name me one person in Liberia since 1960 that was in government, that stole government money and built something, and their children is now developing upon it. Name me one, General.
No. None.
Because
None.
none,
Everything gone
from
down.
the Tubman family to the Tauber family to the Dole family and Wakai and Ellen Johnson, where is her son today? They're all gone, right? It's because the leadership comes from your gut, your love for the people. But they put money first. And I decided to run in Roses because I believe that I was that kind of leader they needed, that was going to be guided by principle, that was going to push our people to live the life they should live. But General, the people have the choice. They cast their
Yeah.
vote. And I always live with their vote. But whatever I do, I try to be the best. I came back to Detroit and I said, you know what? I had job offers in Liberia. I'm not a just person. I'm a creator. Okay, I ran Dylan campaign without even knowing who Dylan was. When I was in Buchanan, Dylan was nowhere around. I'm 5 or 6 years older than Dylan. But somebody called me and said we need a change. And what I did for Dylan, I would never do again, is that you do not support somebody out of anger. I didn't support Dylan because I knew who Dylan was. I was angry with CDC. So I supported Dylan. Dylan has the key. I brought the light. Those songs you see, we invented all those songs. A man who has the key to the house that he can't knock again. Why isn't he going into the house and getting what the people deserve? Do you think building one library in Monrovia is a panacea to education when the teachers are not being paid? We have libraries all over the US. Who goes to libraries anymore? Nobody. Everybody has computer. The library is on our phone. But we have leaders who do not sit down with a clear vision to say that when I leave from here, 5 years is the maximum. Things will be better. That means, general, you should be able to go to the market and you should be able to buy your one cup of rice without government intervention, without going to somebody's door and saying that, oh, I came here to ask you. But we denigrate that man's spirit, and you make him to come back. And then you give him that one bag of rice, he votes for you. Then 4 more years or 6 more years before he comes back again. And they say, oh, when the people will vote for them, they don't come back. Yes, why should they come back? There's absolutely no need to be abused by your leaders. 2029 is crucial. The leaders you put there will determine the future of your children. No one person in Liberia today can say that we are there. When the European Union will look at Liberia and say that this will be the last investment conference we have, and you say, let's record a woman. When a woman say that the government officials are being corrupt, they are involving every mining in Liberia. How can a senator go from Monrovia to Bombing today and see whether you can drive from Douala all the way up? How would a senator be the person renting cars to a mining company? Isn't that direct conflict of interest? What incentive
Completely.
do you think the people will have to build a rail? Do you know the tonnage on those cars? 50 tons on those cars. Any road, whether in America, you put those tonnage on a daily basis on a road, the road will spoil. But if you don't have a leader that say, oh, well, we'll change Liberia. When Foya does not have a good school, no hospital, and $10 million, when Boyka is gone today, there will be no Foya compound. Why is it that the dispute between Liberia and Guinea was not resolved at Foya compound? Where's the Mountain River? You say better for Mountain River, right?
Yes.
Have the presidents come to see the project? Have they inaugurated anything? I'm saying these things because we love Liberia. But one thing that I will not do, I will not go to my grave not serving my community. So where all I see myself, general, is where I serve. I want to leave here today and I will step off, but I want to give you a personal story. Then I will step off. 2 weeks ago, my son calls me and he says that, Daddy, I have an accident on the freeway. I said, well, go ahead and give the woman your insurance information. But you know, there'll be points on your license. Then I hear noise in the background. Then I hear a lady, and the lady says that, are you Emmanuel Toll? And then he said, yes. The woman said, do you know me? He says, no. The woman said, put your father on the phone. And said, my name is Dr. Butler. I said, Dr. Butler, how you doing? Oh, my son hit your car. She said, oh, man. Well, I didn't know that your son won't hit my car, but don't call the police. Just forget it. I will have your father to pay for it privately. I said, well, if you call the police now, we have insurance. Let the man just pay for your pocket and the insurance will take care of the rest. You know, that lady called me back 2 days. She said, after I talked to my husband said, forget it. He will pay for the damage. You know why? Because when she worked for me, about 3 years ago when I came from Liberia. I worked for that agency for 1 year. The way I performed and the way I treated the people, my son is now benefiting
Yep.
from the goodness that I did. We try to live our life not as perfect people, but as decent people. And it hurts my heart to see how we give excuses upon excuses in Liberia about why we can't do these things. When Burkina Faso have a young 37-year-old leader that in the last 4 years have done more for Burkina Faso than all of our presidents in Liberia combined. I'm saying these things because we need leadership. The head is a controller of the body. The head sees and thinks before the body reacts. If the people of Liberia will give excuses, they man can't win. They man can't win. Is it winning is what you want or providing food for your own self? I work for WIA, you know that. You didn't know that, right? I
I
work for
know.
WIA. I work in CDC. Most of the leaders you see in CDC today in the USA, I recruited them. 2 years. I didn't work direct for Barkai, but I invited Barkai to see what it is to network with people in Detroit. Now I work for Cummins and I see that is a kind of guy that thrive in the midst of competition. That is the kind of leadership you need. But like Brimpo was select because of popularity. You see the US
And
played
before you
last night.
leave, before you leave, because I want to take some of that time from you. Somebody asked the same question, but we saw Yato in Liberia. He was on the Cummins team and he supported Cummins. But we can hear him talking again. Or because he don't want to go to Liberia, he don't know Liberia. So from some point, you have to, because you lost the election yourself and you don't want to be bothered with Liberian politics anymore. But I'm happy that you on here to say it. So how was it? Are you still looking at Cummings like the guy that is still better than all the candidates that ran last time? But Liberian are the problems, you think?
Well, let's dispel some rumors. I never worked for Cummins campaign. Never. I ended my
Okay.
relationship with Cummins in August of 2022. Cummings has said to me that Emmanuel, can you come to work for the campaign? I told him unequivocally that if I come for this campaign, I have a certain way of doing things. My energy level is different than most Liberians. The ideas that I have must be brought to bear through people. And I know Liberian politics, oh man. I know the laziness in everything we do in Liberia, from the way we do business, from the way we do politics. I left Cummins in August of 2022, and I told him I was going to run to serve the people of River Cess. I was the only candidate among all the candidates that went door to door. I know every inch of River Cess. I did the what I call the mobile medic. It was a program that I wrote for the US aid in Ghana, where I brought 6 motorcycles and people went from village to village treating people because in River Cess you don't have the roads to get there. People didn't realize that I built the second largest market ground in Liberia in River Cess, and my vision was when you go to market, where are the little kids that you have that are 1 or 2 year old? So I wanted to put a daycare right next to it with everything in there. So I told Cummings, look, I want to serve my people. I don't want a job. And Cummings agreed to that. So that was the end of my relationship with Cummings. I gave him private advice. People didn't realize that Cummings' vice president was because of my advice from a distance. That he came to me and I gave him 4 or 5 persons that would make a good vice president. So Cummings is the best person to lead Liberia in the right direction. But oh man, the people will decide. If a guy who doesn't want to be saved, I mean, there's a saying in America. One of the politicians said that the greatest thing during the slave era, the greatest thing in life is trying to show the way to a slave who doesn't want to go. Liberians have decided they just don't want nothing good to come out of life. That's why they will get in the rain, they will get in the sun to say, I support George Weah or Joseph Boakai or whoever. And at the end of the day, there's nothing coming back to them. And oh man, at my age, I want to retire. I want to die in my grave knowing that I made a direct impact on the society in which I live. And if I was not given a chance to serve in Liberia, I didn't want a job in Liberia. I don't want to work for anybody in Liberia. So I said, well, let me go back to the people that will appreciate me. Today, now, we stand at the crossroads where my program will be the best program in all of the United States, not only Detroit. The United Way is the largest summer producer of camps in the US. They spend over $500 million per year. And the little they gave me, I want to show people that an African person, no matter where he is, if he's determined, he can make a difference. And I will make a difference. Today, my program is the only program they talk about in Detroit. That's just one letter you read. When I ran the Librarian Association, I brought a vigor. Everything that I work for, I work hard. But I'm not going to force myself on people. People don't want to change. There's nothing you can do to change them. The people of Riverside still live the same life they lived before the campaign. I know in myself, if I was senator for Riverside today, it would never be. First of all, I won't just sit in the Senate and I reveal who actually I am. Right now, you have senators who don't talk for the people. They don't talk for the
Yeah.
people. The rubber stamp everything.
They speak for
Okay.
the padams and the benefits.
But I'm not there for Padam because guess what I mean? I can stay right in Liberia there and sell my wedding market and be rich in money because the kind of spirit that I have is different.
Yeah, I let me just buttress what you said. I saw you during the campaign. You risk so many. Like I said, which are the insurance you have to get in America, in Liberia, that you going in that bush just for your people? Even the girl that graduated again that you sponsor, I think she's, where is she that she's a nurse, eh?
She's a nurse, but guess what I mean? You know her mother
Yeah.
campaigned against me because she
Oh,
said that
oh, oh, oh,
Bill
oh.
Twaway gave her money. And today, guess what happened? Where's Bill Twaway today in their lives? Zero. And they called me to beg me. I said, my people, I didn't take this girl. That girl in 2009 was the second runner-up in Liberia at the U.S. competition for spelling bee. That's how I knew who she was. She was about fourth grade, and I went and said, "Well, why would a girl from Riverside be second runner-up? I want to find this girl." When I went, General to Blossier Town, where I'm not too far from, my parents are from. I live in Riverside myself. She was on the farm. When I saw where she laid on the ground in the hut that was leaking, I said, "There's no way I will sit in America and not help." I took her from there. She graduated from sixth grade. I brought her to Monrovia, and she went to nursing school. And I did everything I wanted to do because I knew that those who are blessed must bless other people. But when
Yeah.
the campaign came, like most Liberians, the mother wanted money that I couldn't give. So she went to where the money was. Today, she's taking the money. And what has happened? But what she's done is she's made me, my heart, general, is hardened now. I used to spend hundreds of dollars on Liberia, maybe about $30,000 per year. This is the first time in my life I have not spent a dime on anything in Liberia. I have just put my whole energy into Detroit and say, I want to help these kids. And I say, because you get discouraged. If I want a job, I would join the rest of the people. I know Boakai very well. I know George we have very well. I don't want a job, oh man, because I'm not here to steal from the people. But
Yeah, so if you don't have anything, I want you to stay on. Let me open the lines. Maybe some people get question for you.
very
And
brief. But oh man, I have service to do. I
yeah,
got my people.
I
I got
know,
the
I know.
Saturday.
But
Yeah.
they say when you have the opportunity because you know how long that small you know when you in the church when the pastor go to the funeral then you won't preach. So and Tucson, please open the line there. Let's hear from the people. Let's just get two or three calls and I can allow him to leave. But you have to thank for everything, my man. You myself will talk behind the scene, and you said that, like that story. Because of certain things, we ourselves don't want to help nobody in Liberia because it's so frustrating. It is frustrating to see a child that you took from all the way. She got her nursing degree just to find out the mom campaign against you because of money. And today we all going through the same thing. So sometimes I don't blame some candidates who say, listen, I'm not going to spend 1 cent anymore. You just forget it. But that's the country we find ourselves in, my brother. Open the line there quick, the man, before the man leave.
Our listeners out there, you're
Oh,
listening.
guys, and we're also live on Top FM in Zwedru Grand County, and it's also relayed on D3 station in Sando. So, Tucson, are you there? And
Yeah.
Top FM, can you open your line, please? You let my two studio guys just let me on. Okay, Yato,
Yes.
I want to say thank you very much. Keep up the good work. Next time, I will send you an official invitation that will come and
We not leave
talk
you.
and
We here.
see how best. Okay, so you can open the line, please.
Yeah, let's begin with Tuzon. Then I can come in later. Tuzon.
All right.
Let's start with
So,
you.
listeners out there, you want to be part of the platform, talk to Mr. Emmanuel Yato out there in the United States. Number to call is 0777 959
What going on, Tucson?
777 959 or better still 0881 871 670 are the number to call and then be
You
part
can
of
hear
it.
Tucson?
Yeah, let's talk to this person right here. Good morning and welcome.
Hearing
Mike, can
Tuzon
you hear
loud
me?
and clear.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good
Bobby.
morning.
Yeah, Bobby.
Good morning.
Okay.
Yeah. Your
Today
name calling
just been a
from?
rough day. Even to come on, it was another problem.
Yeah.
And
Good
I
morning,
don't know what's
General.
going with Tucson.
Good morning, General.
General, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Good
go
morning,
ahead.
General.
Okay, I
Good morning,
can't
General. You hear
I
me?
can't hear no who's on the open line.
General, you have to
And
go
Top
out of the
FM, you can
studio and
just
come
open
back.
your line. I appreciate it.
General, go out of the studio and come back. Just go out and come back. If you can.
But I can hear you though.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not hearing me because
I'm
All
hearing
right.
General already.
I think because it was a problem to come on, so I'm not going to. Tomorrow
General,
we'll
I'm
be on the
hearing
same
you.
station. Tomorrow is the political summer, and we usually relate the Bible to day life in Liberia. It's some of the things that we continue. It's not an easy thing. It's a sacrifice, especially getting up very early. It's something that I choose to do. So again, Yato, I always admire you, and I will continue to admire you. And I hope that the ANC family will see it better to understand that we still need you to be in our corner because we will not want Emmanuel to be in our corner.
General,
But
can
the
you
fact
hear
is that,
me?
and I agree with you. When you're in a corner, you want for
General,
your
you
voice to
hearing
be
me?
heard. You want for things that you put on the table because that's why we bring people together. We have that teamwork. But if other people think that they should be the only one, then we're on the wrong side. So I want to say thank you again, Yato. Keep up the good work, serve your community, and also I know you still love your country, Liberia, and you still love your people of Riverside. No matter what happens, there's no bad bush for bad child, man. There's no bad bush for bad child. So you want to give your closing, and then I can let you go.
No, but thank you for allowing me to just give my 2 cents. I heard your show this morning, and I just wanted to talk about vision. That when you have a visionless leader, the people will always perish. And I just want to let you know that I'm not done with Liberia, but when my commitment is made, I really like to follow up. I work 10, 12 hours a day on what I do. I love it. And it shows through my work. And I can't do both. I can't be doing this for the children of Detroit and do it for the children of Liberia. It takes a lot of energy, personal energy out of me. And I'm not doing it because I don't love Liberia. I follow Liberia every single day. But I do this because I love my people, whether they are Americans, they are Liberians, they are Ghanaians. I have links to Nigeria, oh man. I have a lot of projects that I do in Nigeria, but I need to concentrate on Detroit. And then maybe who knows, in the near future, I may go back to doing my projects in Liberia. But when you put everything you have into a campaign, and when you walk away, not because you were not qualified, not because you didn't work, that the people said that they didn't want you because, and they had all kind of excuses like, oh, the man's in America. Well, it's America where the money that I supported to build those market grounds and support those kids came from. No one of the candidates in Liberia lived in the interior. When I say live, that means your wife and your children are there. They go to school there. So I was not ashamed that I live in America. But Bill Tower didn't live in Riverside. Francis Pay didn't live in Riverside. What's his name? Gabriel Smith. He was a representative in Buchanan for 12 years, never crossed the border to ever go to say, I want to see where my people live. But because he lost in Buchanan, he went to run in Riverside because his job hopping, trying to find jobs. He's looking for paycheck. He's not solving people's problem. So you represent Buchanan for 12 years and you lost in Buchanan and you still stay in Buchanan. You run to Riverside and they say, oh, the man's in America. But where are you? Where's the wife? Where's the children? Living means they are there. So I'm not ashamed that God gave me the opportunity to go and live somewhere else where I can take money from that and give it to my people. They should be blessed. So those are excuses that they may not know us. We don't know you. I know more about Liberia than many people. I read all the newspapers. Okay, because if you write in single there, do you know what's going on, Douala? You don't have access to internet like I do. So how the hell you think you will know more about Douala than me? Or do you know what's going on, Grand Jide? So that excuse that this man is not living here. Name where the Ellen Johnson suddenly here before she became president. Joseph Boakai, they ever go to Grand Jide? Did Joseph Boakai ever go to Maryland? So if Cummings is a person who have demonstrated through his personal life that he wants to make a difference, and he said, oh, the man he know us. Is that what you want? For the man to know you or for the man to provide for you and your family? That when you get up as a man in the morning, you can go to your hustle. You can get your 1 or 2 cup of rice and bring the children. Instead of sitting down in the liquor shop and trying to drink yourself so that you forget that you don't have the chance. The passion that I have, oh man, it radiates through everything that I do. Whether I'm doing it for the community, I'm doing it for my own business. Because, oh man, at the end, when you leave this earth, your children must be able to testify that yes, my father lived here. And I'm proud that my father, Ome Yato, if you were to ask anybody who knew him, they say that surveyor. You will never have one person in Liberia that lived in the 60s and 70s or 80s to say that man stole land from me. My heads are high up. I see people know my father say, yeah, that's the most honest surveyor you ever saw in Liberia. He never stole land from nobody. He treated everybody fairly. And that is the kind of life that we all strive to live. I want to thank you for your audience. And they are the only person that can make a difference. The changes, when you go to vote, there's nobody on that line called Jesus Christ. It's you. You the one that cast the vote. So therefore, you the one that will bear the consequences. God didn't say go vote for Wia or go vote for Boaka. God said vote for yourself. That vote you cast them. So thank you, General. I have to leave, and I will say thank you for everything you've done to keep the fight alive. But my fight is on this side of the ocean now. Thanks a lot.
Tucson definitely we have to go. Yeah, we have to go.
It's ABC time. The general approved this song. Libera, stand up. 2029. Ooh, it's Alex Cummings' time.